Hi everyone, hope you're keeping safe and well. God, it's absolutely oiking it down out here, so yeah, sorry if you can hear the pitter patter of of rain, and maybe Ruby in a minute if she wakes up. Anyway, I digress. I wanted to do a video because I wanted to talk about weight gain. I wanted to talk about weight. I wanted to talk about something that's affected me personally recently. I've gained weight. I know. And even saying that out loud and wanting to talk to you about it is a little bit scary, but I'm going to, because when things scare me, I know that's when I need to speak out. So during lockdown, I was very open and honest about the fact that I lost weight, and it wasn't through any relapse. Like, it wasn't going back into old patterns or old ways. You know, I've always been open that the eating disorder is in the back pocket, and when it comes to rear its ugly head, I put my hand in the back pocket, give it a whack. I've probably got like the most bruised bum in the UK. Give it a whack, and that's where it stays. That's where it remains. I've got my toolkit. I know. I work on me, and I understand my process and what I need to do to keep well, keep safe, and keep healthy. The weight loss was due to stress, anxiety. Again, I've always been open and honest with you all. I made no secret that I didn't know how I was going to live. I didn't know I was going to keep a roof over my head. You know, my tour was cancelled, all work dried up. That was it. There was no furlough, there was no redundancy. Like, it was high and dry, bye. But also, unbeknownst to me, during lockdown and COVID, I was suffering with a serious kidney disorder, milk alkali syndrome, which nearly killed me in April this year. And one of the symptoms of that is weight loss, serious weight loss. And I found it really interesting that I got attacked by trolls last year about my weight, saying that I was too thin and I was clearly in the grips of an eating disorder and I was a bad role model and I shouldn't be running an eating disorder charity, all because of what they physically perceived me to be, not because there was any understanding of what I was actually going through. I was judged, and it was ironic because the people who were judging me were people who were still in the grips of an eating disorder and didn't want to be judged or stigmatized. That's by the by, in the past. But it did get me thinking about boundaries on commenting on people's weight, whether that's weight gain or weight loss. Like, that's something that's very, very personal to somebody else. So just be mindful that some people think that saying, oh, you've lost weight, is a compliment, but actually it can be a major trigger to somebody. Equally, like me recently, I've gained weight. I have lost count of how many people have come up to me recently and said, oh my God, Jem, you can tell you've been you've been well looked after, haven't you? Has your mum been feeding you? Okay. Oh, you've gained weight, Jem. Oh yeah, but they needed to. Oh, okay. It's been really hard. It's been really, really, really hard. Like, I didn't realise, like, my body was up for discussion like this. Especially when, more often than not, people know what I've been through in the past. But it opened up another thinking in my head as to why I want to do this video, in terms of, like, what is right and what is wrong to say, because it's a battlefield. Like, we run a workshop at Seed called Walking on Eggshells, because it is. It's very hard to know what is right and correct and okay to say to somebody who is in the grips of an eating disorder or disordered eating or recovering. Oh. So I just wanted to give some key points. One of the things somebody said to me this last week, when they'd not seen me for a couple of months because I've been in Hull and now I'm back in London, they said, oh my God, Jem, your skin is glowing. I was like, okay. I said, well, that might be because I've not been smoking for 5 months now. I stopped smoking 5 months ago. And I said, you know, and it might be that, you know, I wasn't very well, obviously, and I'm a lot better now, you know, with the kidney failure. And they were like, well, whatever it is, keep doing it. And I was like, oh, I can deal with that. And I remember when I was going through the weight gain after having anorexia when I was younger, Mum and Dad always commenting on my hair or on my skin or on my eyes, or oh, that outfit looks lovely, or oh, Jen, you're glowing today. And it's just stuff like that to encourage and to give confidence back to the person. It doesn't involve weight. It doesn't involve anything to do with shape or size. It's just a description of that person glowing. And equally, you can have the conversation with your friend or loved one who's struggling and say, look, Ben, Jill, Robert, what works for you? What is encouraging for you and what's not? Like, it's okay to have those conversations. But my tips would be avoid weight discussion and shape and size altogether. Like, and even when somebody's not got an eating disorder that you know of, like, just be mindful. Like, when you say, oh, you've put a bit of weight on, or oh God, you've lost loads of weight, say it with kindness. There's a difference. There's a difference to going, oh my God, you've lost loads of weight. Oh my God, you packed on the punch, haven't you? You can say it. I don't know if it's intentional, but you've lost weight. Have you been actively trying to lose weight? Like, because you look great. Or have you been actively trying to lose weight? Because if you haven't, do you need any help? Just take a moment. I've always prided myself on being able to read a room and to read people. It's an empath thing, and sometimes it gets this in trouble because I take on the weight of the world and too much, but sometimes it really does help other people. And I'm not saying we all have to have that empath in us, but I am saying sometimes just take a beat and just think about what you're saying, and remember that person is a person. They're not just their heart, the soul. And yes, I have put weight on, and yes, it has been scary, but my God, did I need to. I deal with things so much better. And this is not me saying, oh, I've put weight on because I have eating disorder territory again. This is me recovering from milk alkali syndrome, not being able to eat because I had my teeth done because of bloody eating disorder crap. This is me getting better from something that medically was wrong with me. But it is also me saying to you that as somebody who went through that for 13, 14 years, you can recover. Recovery is possible. And you can get to a place where if you put weight on, it's okay. And equally, it's okay to not be okay. Okay, I've waffled on. Some people might resonate with that and help, I hope. But I just felt it needed to be said. Don't judge. Be kind. Don't listen to that bloody article about the heroin chic. I mean, what an old bollocks that was. You do you, right? Look after yourself. And if you're struggling and you need support, we at Seed are here for you, because everybody deserves to thrive and not just survive. And that includes me. Sending lots of love.